Even though the blocks we created are defined on a single page, we are not limited to having just one page in our project where we use those blocks. So we could add a new page to the project. Let's call it About. And we add, we also have to activate the library for this second page. And we could add resources directly to this page, but I will not do this because I want to show you something else. I want to show you how to use master pages. So let's add a block to this second page, and we can see that the styling is missing because we didn't add resources to this page. And as soon as we have multiple pages, it doesn't really make sense to update like resources and common areas of the page on every subpage we are using. We should define master page to take care of that. So let's go back to index, and we go to the top, select the top element, and then here we open master pages and we say set as master page. And then we update, and on the second page, about, we can go and we say use master page. And the master page to use is index.html. And when we update, see, the pages are now the same, but that's probably not what we want. We don't want to have two pages that look exactly the same. So we have to define editable area, at least one, where the content that actually differs from page to page will be placed. And we need to have an element that we will set up as an editable area on the master page. We could say that the body is editable area, but we don't want to do that because we want to include navbar and footer and all the scripts into the master page itself. So what we can do is we can just take, let's say, we call it main element, and we put it on the page, and then we can put all the blocks inside the main element except the footer, which will be just beneath the main element, and then select the main element, go to Act and say in editable areas define editable area, and let's give it an ID, and this ID doesn't have to be unique across all the libraries we are using, it just has to be unique within the master page. So let's call it content. And update. And now on the about page, let's empty the main content, the main editable area, and then we can put, let's put those boasting boxes and maybe news into the editable area, and update. See, and now we didn't lose the our content. course, we have to take care of the navbar due to styling. It covers the top part, so we could also add a header. Let's update. And we have to refresh because of the scripts that are used on the page. And we could now change the title here. Maybe delete some elements. We don't need those buttons. Refresh, and then on the master page, let's change the menu. There are some menu items we don't need. Well, we need at least one. Let's call it about. And when we update, notice that the navigation bar changed, but all the content we set in the editable area remained the same. So there's a lot more to master pages. For example, we can also define editable classes. Well, let's do that while we are talking about it. So on the navigation items, we can, because we want that on the home page, home is set as active, and on the about page we want about to be active, right? So let's add nav item. Let's select nav item, and then we say define editable area, and let's give it a name. So this is home, and then here we list which classes are editable, and in Bootstrap now menu, active class is used to determine which item is shown as active. So we will put active, and we'll say do not edit content. So content is not editable, link is not editable, only the class is editable. And we do the same for the about item, active, do not edit content. And now let's update. So now here on the home page, select now item and go to properties, and we have state active, and then here on about page, select the about item and say active. So we defined a master page on index.html which has a navbar, and the navbar has menu items with editable areas, but only the class is editable, and that is the class active. So on home page, home is active, and on about page, about is active. And then when we update the project and we apply changes from master page to the other content pages, these classes will be preserved. So on the home, on the index, home is selected, and on about page, about menu item is selected. So master pages are really a cool feature that lets us effectively work and manage projects with multiple pages.